TU100 My Digital Life Sense and Sense Ability. Open Project 27, which contains the completed program from Programming Exercise 25, and immediately save this project as 27_SOL. Introduce a second outer repeat block into the script, positioning it directly after the block that initializes dot's position. The inner loop, formed by the repeat block already in the script, will draw each row of dots. Once each row has been drawn, the y-coordinate of dot should be decreased by 30 to move dot down the stage, and its x-coordinate reset to -150 to move the dot back to the left-hand starting position. Introduce blocks from the motion palette to do this. Ensure that 10 rows will be drawn. Introduce a block directly above the outer repeat block to set the colour shade of the sprite to 0. Save your project and run the program. Can you explain what effect this block has on the program's behaviour? So pause now and try that for yourself. So your finished script should look like this. The outer repeat block should have a value of 10 in its input box, as 10 rows are wanted. The jaws of the outer repeat block should first contain the inner repeat block. After the inner repeat block, there should be a change y by -30 block, followed by set x to -150 block, or the other way round. Directly before the outer repeat block, there should be a set colour effect to 0 block. This initializes dot's colour so that every run of the program results in the same colour display, even if, for example, the colour is set outside the program. And the completed program for this exercise can be found as Project 27 completed. Variables that have been set to an integer value can be dragged from the variables palette and dropped into a repeat block's input box to control the number of times the loop executes. You saw this in your polygon drawing program when, for example, the value entered by the user for the number of sides of the polygon was stored in the variable sides, which was then used as the input to a repeat block as shown here. In the next exercise, you'll examine a program which draws a triangle like the one here, and your program will use a variable to control the number of dots to be drawn in a line. Open Project 28, which contains a modified version of the program from Project 27 completed, and immediately save it with _SOL. This program has a variable, number of dots, that is used to control the number of dots to be drawn in a row. The values displayed by the number of dots variable watcher at the bottom right of the stage should help you to understand its role. Run the program and watch the effect. Try to describe how the program works. If you have problems, try running the program in slow motion or single stepping through it. Pause the video now and have a look at how this program works and try and understand what does what. Well, the program first sets number of dots to 10 and then enters the outer loop defined by the block repeat 10. Within the outer loop, the program does the following. It enters the inner loop defined by the block repeat number of dots. This draws a row of number of dots, that is 10 dots. It resets the coordinates of the sprite ready to draw another row. It decrements the value of the number of dots by 1 via the block change number of dots by -1. This means that the number of dots now has value 9. The program then passes again through the outer loop's contents with number of dots being 9, so this time the inner loop draws 9 dots. The outer loop's contents then reset the coordinates and decrement number of dots to 8. In general, each time the program passes through the outer loop's contents, the inner loop draws number of dots, and the sprite's coordinates are reset, and the value of number of dots is decremented by 1. On the final 10th pass through the outer loop's contents, number of dots is 1, so the final row of 1 dot is drawn. Forever loops, loops that execute forever, are used in programs that are expected to run for an indefinite period of time. They're sometimes called infinite loops. Many programs you interact with every day will use such loops. Clocks, your computer's operating system, video games and so on. The earlier exercises in which you built programs to plot sound levels used forever loops because the aim was for the program to continue to measure and draw sound levels indefinitely, at least until you'd had enough. Sense implements loops that execute forever, or at least until explicitly stopped, with the forever block, which looks like this. You can see that the forever block is a foot block. Nothing can be attached underneath it. And as the name suggests, the blocks inside a forever loop's jaws will continue to be executed until the user either stops the program by clicking on the stop button or double clicks on the executing stack. The following exercise reviews the use of the forever block. It also introduces you to changing the background of the stage and creating a new costume for a sprite. So open Project 29 and save it with the _sol. Run the program several times, entering different directions when prompted. What does the program do? Remember to click on the stop button when you've seen enough. Ensure that the sprite ball is selected and look at the program. What does the if on edge bounce block do? Look for the help option for this block if you're not sure. And how does the program work? In this project, the stage, rather than being white as you've seen before, is black. This is because a different background has been set for the stage. You'll now see how a background for the stage can be created. Select the stage icon in the grey pane below the stage. The scripting pane for the stage is displayed. It's empty in this case, since there is no script associated with the stage in this project. Click on the Backgrounds tab at the top of the scripting pane and the Backgrounds pane appears. And at the top you'll see this. The name of the current background is Background 1. If you click on the Paint button, then a paint editor will open. Play around with the painting tools and draw your own background. Click on the OK button to save. Sense will name your new background Background 2. Select one background and then the other, running the program each time to see the effect on the stage. You can stop and start the program without leaving the backgrounds pane by clicking on the start and stop buttons. Now see if you can work out how to create a new costume for the ball sprite. Save your project and run your program with the sprite wearing the new costume. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.